Welcome to Learning Bites, short bites of information you get to apply immediately. We're looking at effects of learning. Last week we covered off the difference between results, behavior and mindset. This week what I want to look at is being aware of how you personally feel when you're approaching something new. What messages do you tell yourself? Do you say things like, oh, I'm no good at anything, oh, I can't teach an old dog new tricks? Or do you approach learning with excitement? Yeah, something new to learn. I love learning new things. Or do you approach it with perfectionism? Oh, I better get this right because I can't afford to be wrong. I'm not allowed to make mistakes. What mindset do you approach your learning with? Because this will have an impact upon you. I know for me personally, one of the biggest things I had to learn was that it was okay to fail. I had to redefine failure. I used to get so paralyzed by getting it wrong that I wouldn't start, and then I became terrible at procrastinating because I worked out if you never start you couldn't fail, but then of course if you never start you never get anything done. So I had to work out that failure is just a learning opportunity, and so I redefined it. If I didn't succeed the first time, what did I learn? So therefore it wasn't a failed opportunity, it was a learning opportunity. I had to change the story I told myself. What stories do you tell yourself as you start to learn? Observe that within yourself. And this is the first step, if you like, towards what we often call emotional intelligence. Now you can see over here a little diagram with the 4 circles and the big emotional intelligence in the middle. The first one is perceiving emotions. So when we start to look at an emotion, what we need to realize is that emotions are just messages to your brain. There is no good or bad emotion. It's how you choose to respond to the emotions that you have. So, we perceive the emotion, we get self-awareness, self-observation. I am feeling this, I am reacting like this. Then we look to understand that emotion. Why am I feeling like that? What's causing that to happen inside of me? When we begin to understand why we might be doing that, maybe we don't want to make a fool of ourselves. Maybe we've gone and attached a lot to the outcome of whatever it is we're about to learn. Maybe we don't want to look silly in front of somebody else. Maybe we don't want to let somebody down. Whatever it is, when we understand why we're doing it, what it then allows us to do is bring in a form of regulation. When we can self-regulate our emotions, when we learn to manage our emotions, we are able to accept that we're having them, but choose which ones we want to react to. So if we're nervous, we're able to go, yes, I'm nervous, but I'm not going to allow that to paralyze me. And when you start to do this more and more, when you begin to regulate and manage how you respond to things, what an amazing thing happens, especially in a learning space, is that you actually can then begin to use the energy that can come from those emotions. And this is what we talk about emotional intelligence. You can start to use that energy. I shared some time ago around public speaking, and how lots of people go, oh, I don't want to, I've got all these butterflies inside of me, I want to get rid of the butterflies. And I said, no, you don't want to get rid of the butterflies. You want to use them, you just want them to fly in formation. Because if you didn't have butterflies before you gave a talk, it would mean that the talk wasn't important enough to you. So we want to be able to manage our emotions and to use the energy that those emotions bring. So with any learning situation, be aware of how you're approaching it, be aware of your mindset as you approach it. Look at yourself and go, how am I acting and reacting? Choose the response that's going to be the most beneficial for you, and then use those emotions to learn as quickly and as effectively as possible. Here's to your success. If any of this resonated with you and you'd like some help with it, do feel free to get in touch. Drop me an email at mike@thinkright.co.nz or 0272 987 523 or our website www.thinkright.co.nz.